kind of friends.
Hello.
Partners where we use. So this is a life partner of the event show. Life partner. Yes.
Good, good. Welcome to Vino Imperium.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Excuse me. TV Channel, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Vino Imperium. Vino Imperium is one of the only few temperature-controlled wine shops in Nigeria. That's why you might find it quite cool. Some of you are clinging onto each other, but that's for the wines, not for you. So the idea is the fact that your wines that you buy from us are going to be fresh, which is the reason why you've got it so cold. It's actually mild. If you look right up there, you see the temperature against the wall, which says 23 degrees. Really, I want that about 21. But my staff, they've always turned down the ACs. Vino has been going for 6 years. We're going to be 7 in a week's on Saturday. We're going to be 7 years on Saturday. And the idea of Vino Imperium was to bring what we go out of Nigeria to buy into Nigeria and into Port Harcourt. If you go into Lagos and you go into Abuja, you would find all of this there. And everybody thinks, wow, wow, wow. Well, we want that same wow feeling in Port Harcourt. And I'm sure as you walked in, you were like, wow, that's what we want. The second strategy of the business was purely, no matter your income or no matter who you are, you must be able to walk into our shop and be able to afford to buy something. And what that means in effect is, you walk in here and your income is X, Y, Z, there is something on our shelves for you. So if you're the Dangote of this world, it's here. If you're the banker, it's here. If you're the clerk, it's here. And I always say, and my philosophy about life is, your expenditure is relative to your income. If you earn 1 million, you're able to afford what 1 million can give you. So that's what Vino is about. 3. We have a lounge as well in here. I'll take you around. The lounge runs on a principle whereby you come in, you can go around and pick whatever you want to drink, and you get served in there. The price is not different, it's the same price. Why do we do that? The cost of running, the lighting and all, they're the same as running it there. So we don't charge you extra for going in there. Those are strategies which, 1, you want to get people into your environment. 2, you also want your business to flourish. Okay, so what you find here, you find wines and spirits from different parts of the world. South Africa, China, Chile, Argentina, France, who have I missed out? A few of other countries, but we have all the wines here. We have very few or maybe hardly any non-alcoholic wine, not because we don't welcome the non-alcoholic people. We focus our business on alcohol beverages, and that's why that's the case. Now what you find here, you find sections of here spirits, and sections of here are wines, red and white. Some are sweet, some are just standard crispy wines, and some are sparkling wines, depending on what. We also have what you call vintages. What it means is some of the wines are actually stored in these barrels for X amount of years before they are bottled, and then we go out to buy them. So those are exactly what Vino is really about. Vino is about quality. Being able to get good quality wines at good prices. We also believe our ambience also reflects our business. And so when you walk in here, the tidiness, the cleanliness, the smell, everything that makes it up, the way our staffs behave is all part of the business strategy. So I'll take you around and just show you a few of the drinks, so that you see what it was.
So you did not add that gets the best yam chips here.
Now, from what you see
Yam
here,
chips.
you've
Yam
got
chips. Yes.
so what you see here, you've got gin, various types of gins from different parts. South Africa gin, gins from England, whatever. Again, all of these things we import. A few of them we actually buy locally. When I mean locally, there are people who actually have the franchise for some of those drinks. It is not in my interest to go out there and buy that drink. I can't compete with them. So I buy from them and sell. So you'll find some of these are stuff we buy here. When we actually go out there to buy, you would find, and some of them at the back, the labels of where they've come from. So if I look for a UK one, and I think these are all local ones, you find a label like that. That is also part of the authenticity thing about the drink. But that is telling you the fact that that drink was imported. It is very rare for anybody to be able to actually replicate that onto a drink here. And so if it is not an authentic drink, you will not find that label on. And there might be some out there, I don't know, but that's one of the things you would notice. Okay. So go on again, you have vintage drinks kind of which are like, for example, that's 32 years old. Maybe this is quite older than a few of you. It's a cognac, a few of them around the world. That's the other thing that I think about drinks. Drinks is just as much an investment as shares, stock shares. So you actually have drinks which are on the stock market. And what that means in effect is they appreciate in value. They appreciate in value. And so if you actually are a collector as well as a connoisseur of drinks, you will know not all your drinks you drink in one day. You save some, and if you're smart enough, you sell them off after a number of years. I have drinks I don't touch, and nobody in my house can touch them. Because for me, one day I'll just go to eBay, put it on there, and put my money in my pocket. Okay? Now you also then have the local drinks as well, which you have. Nigerians are becoming more and more innovative every day. And of course, we are now trying to produce our own drinks. Yes, you might not be able to get them sold internationally at this stage of it, but with time, you would find they will become acceptable. As you know, palm wine is sold around the world today, not just in Nigeria. That took years. So we patronize people like this because we want them to grow. It looks local, that's the idea. They want it to be local. You need to show your own what you're about. You're not point copying the English or the French. Sorry, let me go find your camera, guys. So that's what you have. So again, so you have different type of drinks, from tequilas, whiskey, cognac, which is brandy, for those who don't know. So as we go along, again you find the same thing. You find Japanese whiskey, which is one of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Yamasaki, 18 years, very few exist around the world. And we are glad we have one of them here. I think that retails for well over 5 million a bottle. You have Louis the 13th, which is quite popular. I'm sure some of you sometimes see when people go to clubs and they put their bills on the internet and say they bought a Louis, that's just a sample one. We drank that already, so that's just a sample. What you see there is just a sample. It's not for sale. The one for sale, as you can see, are right up in the box. Okay. They're one of the most expensive drinks we have, so we're not going to display them out there. So if you're ready to buy now, I'll bring it down for you. So please, you're most welcome to buy them. But there is one of them anyway here. You have one here. One here.
Packaging.
or the Louis.
This is a drink for a king. The burning is perfect. I just hear that.
So is it the famous 40? You don't want to say.
That entire casing which you drink is in is made of crystal. The pure crystal. So you don't throw away the bottle after it's done. So you'll find all of that in them. That would have been in one of these barrels for a minimum 5 years before it was bottled. So it's an aged barrel, but you don't count the years it's been barreled. You start counting from the day it comes out of the barrel. So that wine now can stay for another 10 years on my shelf, as long as it is kept under the right temperature. And I'll give you a simple way to look at it. If you went to buy grapes or oranges, you kept some in your garden in the heat, you put some in the fridge. Go back and taste both. Which would taste better?
The one in the fridge.
That's the simple reason why this place is cold all the time.
Okay.
So, again, you have various things. You have a 1996 Dom Perignon. I'm sure you've heard people drink them, but maybe not a lot of people have drunk a 96. Very rare. And again, we have about 3. So that's a 1996. Again, you have more drinks. One of the few. Please, I have the key to this place. Now, one of the few rare. You've heard of Cristal champagne. This Cristal champagne is a Jeroboam, which is the bigger one. A Jeroboam, if you look above, you will see the sizes of what wine bottles are. So you can see from a small to a half bottle, a full bottle is 75. What you're looking at is a full bottle, these ones. What is in here, it's a 4.5 liters. Now that is it, 75 L times 4 will give you that. So that's about 4 bottles. Hope my mathematics is right there. I think I'm right, it's 4 bottles. They've only ever produced 400 of these in the entire world. 400. As you can see there, it tells you number 41 of 400.
In Port Harcourt.
This is great.
See, Port Harcourt is interesting. Yeah.
Not every time they will be branding us with cultism. Called slang. Wow. 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 Oh, certainly has to be just 41 times.
So it's a very rare champagne.
Wow.
Said you only have 41 of them you only have 400 in the world. And I think we have around 3 or 4 of them here.
I give this one to my father-in-law.
And it is the casing is actually made out of gold dust or something. That's what this casing is made out of. It's been in some clubs. I know some people have actually.
So how much does this worth? How much does this worth?
I'll have to find out. Again, what you get with drinks like this, they appreciate in value.
Okay.
So the price doesn't stay the same every day. Just like the Yamasaki, the price go up in value. But I don't know what the present price is. I'll get them to check in a minute.
Okay.
But what was the last?
Again, you have a casing down there again, one of our most expensive wines.
Okay.
That goes from 1985 to 2008. There are 30 bottles in that. You buy it just as it is. Again, that's, I'm sure, about 100 million.
For a bottle or the whole of...
Sorry?
Is it for just a bottle?
In each box, there is 6 bottles.
Okay.
And you got 1, 2, 3.
How much
is it
is how much is it?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 bottles. Each bottle is a different year,
Okay.
ranging from 1985 to 2008. You will see some of the wines come in crated boxes. It makes it look nice. People enjoy that look to it. It also has an impact on the cost of the wine as well, because it makes it cost more to put them in a wooden box than to put them in that cardboard. So, but it makes it look lovely and it's good quality.
Good quality.
Yes. So if you look at the sides of these, you see a red dot. But that's telling you that that's a red wine.
Okay.
If you look at that, that means it's a red wine. 2014 is the vintage. That's a white
White
wine.
wine. Yeah.
So if you look at that, that's the white of it and that's the red of it.
So in this kind of box, does it have any different things? Does it have any different things if you have to box it like this?
No, the taste of the wine comes from the grapes, not the casing. And the taste will change depending on how you actually store your wines.
Okay.
That's
why I
this don't really have the bit that has an impact on the wine is the barrel.
Oh, okay.
So the longer it stays in the barrel, the more it picks up the flavor of the barrel. Some of those barrels are made out of, in some of these barrels they might have stored sherry.
Okay.
Not cherry native, they have stored cognac, they now pour wine into it. So you can imagine the mix of flavor you get out of it. Okay. In the glass casing, you get some very old champagnes as well. There's the one at 2002, which is up there. And I think we have one at 1967. I've been fortunate enough to drink one of them, and it's beautiful. So we move on this way and get more wines. All about vintages, by the way. So we have vintages in this shop from 1967 right up to 2024. Very rare for a vineyard to produce a wine and bottle it in the same year. So it's very rare for you to find a 2025 wine in 2025. You would have to keep those and then roll it out at a later date. So again, you have French wines here, I have South African wines, I have rosé, I have a rare port. Port wine is an after dinner kind of wine. It's not wine, it's a liqueur if you ask me. Which after you finish eating, just have a shot of it and you drink. This particular one was bottled when the Queen of England was 90. So that's how old that particular one is. So again, we go through more wines. As you can see, there are lots of boxes in here. It does not mean we can't afford a warehouse.
Okay.
But it gives you that feel of a wine shop. When you walk in, you see all the wines. It is like not just seeing bottles around. It's good to see the boxes as well. So we enjoy bringing all of our stock and put them all in here. Even if we have to clear that place where people sit, we put them all in here. Okay, so more wines, same thing, vintage, different vineyards. This in particular is one of the top 3 oldest vineyards in South Africa, Hartenburg. So if you ever have the opportunity of going to Cape Town, you go to Hartenburg Vineyard, you've actually gone to the oldest, I think it's the oldest wine maker. And their wine tastes very good as well. And I think that retails for, was it 59? 46.
Yeah, let's just say 47.
So you got more wines again. Wine. Now let me take you to a different thing we do. Wines don't get drunk from bottles. Wines get drunk from glasses. Wines get stored in a particular way for it to do good. And so you have accessories of wines. Wine buckets. You have different types made from what? You have different types of wine glasses. For example, most people sometimes go somewhere and just use any glass to drink anything. Wrong. Again, that's part of what we also need to keep changing, because when we go out there, we do the right thing. When you come here, do the right thing. Use the right glass for the right drinks. So when you're doing white wine has a smaller dome. It has a smaller dome, as in the bottom of it is smaller compared to a red wine. Why? Because with the red wine, you need the red wine to breathe more. You want the red wine to explode. When I mean explode, you want to smell that wine out there. With the white wines are not, you don't keep the white wines as long as the reds, in terms of vintage and all. They're quickly processed. You get some that will last for 10 years-ish. Or you don't keep them on, like you can keep a red wine for 40, 50 years. And it will still taste beautiful. So with the glasses, what you're seeing here, different glasses, that you use for a cognac, that you can use for a red or white, because it's kind of like a dinner one. But I'll show you the other ones which are quite unique. That's a champagne saucer glass, which is what it's called. It's a champagne glass. Okay. These are for your ice. So when you have ice, you put your ice in there and you put it on the tables. Okay. So you have singular bottles where you put your wine, put it on the table, and you're able to drink from there. More wine buckets, all accessories. I don't think. Now, show you. We also do.
What is this used for?
That's a champagne one as well. That's a champagne saucer glass.
Are these crystals?
Okay, show them that. Show them. I've got some wine you can taste.
Or something, bro.
Thank you. Civil servant. Thank you.
Tell me what the price of the crystal is. Can you check this? All Annabelle for the people. When you're coming in the evening, she's always smiling. You keep seeing the white teeth. She's always smiling.
That's nice.
So she's the chief chef.
Oh. Yeah, indeed.
Lemongrass, it will change your taste. Drinks are drunk in this building. We put the corks in there. And eventually the idea is we're going to make tables just like the one it's sitting on. That is actually made out of wood, but we're going to make those out of cork. So now you can see, you've seen some paintings around. That's actually my chairman's hobby. He collects paintings. And if you know a bit about paintings and drinks, they go together. So we sell them, but at the same time it gives us a beauty as the shop. As you can see, it looks beautiful with them being there. Now we come to the wines. We have South African wines here. These South African wines are sparkling wines. Peace. Can you get me somebody from the back? Get me somebody from the back.
Are these the South African?
Yes. So what you have is you have South African wines. Okay, I'm going to get a few of them. You can taste a few of them in a minute. So that you don't come here and you don't taste anything. So we'll get you to taste some of them shortly. Now, with what you see here, drinks which are infused with the different flavors. So if you look at them, you'll see peach and mango. That means that drink has that taste. If you look at another one, you'll see lemongrass percentage. So you have it called the ABV, which is how strong is that alcohol. So in most wine, like this one is 11.5%. You will find some wines at 14, 15%. You would find gin at about 40%. You would find some whiskies at 56%. One there about that. So the higher you go, the more alcohol content in it.
What's the highest?
So that's why you always hear saying, drink responsibly.
What's the highest? The highest.
See?
The highest percentage.
The what?
The highest percentage.
That's why I said the highest percentage for us here is 56. I think if you go to a Russian vodka, Russian vodka would possibly hit 100. I know they have very strong. So,
Is it for the whiskey or the wine?
yeah, so we do glasswares as well. You can do it here. I can show you the same thing.
Okay.
What you have here is a complete dinner set. So you want to host a dinner party in your house. If you want to host it the right way, you don't know what we do. You invite 50 people. No, you invite a minimum amount of people so that you all can get quality time to talk to each other, hear each other, and enjoy each other's company. And so when you have a dinner party, you put it in stages. You can have this set of people this week, that set of people next week, and that's the way to do it. So when you do that, you want to impress. So you set your table. Your dinner table has 6 of this, 6 of that, 6 of that, which is a standard table. It's normally 6 of everything. And 1 of the decanters. You don't have 6 of them, you only have 1 on each table. But for everybody, you have a drinking glass, a cognac glass, you have a wine glass, another wine glass there.
Yeah.
You have a cognac behind, whiskey here, champagne glass. And so you have in different designs.
These are all sets.
Yes, they're all different sets. They're stored away. The remaining bits are stored away.
Okay.
What glass can you use for a margarita? What glass can you use for a margarita?
What?
Glass can you use for a margarita?
Margarita. For a margarita, you use more of like a saucer glass, which is a little. I'll show you. I'll show you. You use that's more what you would use for cocktail, margaritas, or cocktails. Those are the glasses. You can also use this for champagne, but this is mainly for cocktail. Margarita. Okay, so that gives you a fair bit. Now you've also seen some of the Nigerian paintings. You've seen some artists who have painted Nigerian works. What we do is our own way of also empowering our own artists is by putting their artworks on display and sell for them. So because people come here all the time, just put them up there and they sell. They dictate their price, nothing to do with us. We just put them out here. It gives us beauty as well, yeah. So we are okay with that.
Okay,
Can I show you? Let me show you the rest of the place. South African sparkling wine.
Okay.
The lady that she got the glass. South African sparkling wine of different flavors. So we have 4 different flavors. Now, when you do a wine tasting, it kind of goes in this kind of format. But this is an informal one. If you actually had to do, we actually sit down and we kind of give you the notes right through the actual wine, what its composition is all about, its alcohol content, its volume, and exactly also even how you hold your glasses. How you hold your glasses. If any of you noticed when I was taking them out, you see me do this.
Yeah.
That's because 2 things. 1, you don't want all your fingers all over the glass. And 2, if you know your palms are hot, sometimes you shake, oh, your hand is warm. When you have wine in a glass and you do that, you actually warm up the wine as well. And so you're best always holding it at the stem of it. Just like Judgment is doing. He's an experienced drinker. So it's that's how you hold it. So depending on the one, so what you do when you're doing a wine tasting, the first thing you do with the wine tasting is you always have to do it. Give me some so that.
Which brand is
So when you're doing a wine tasting, there's certain things about wines. Everybody has a different sense of smell. And so there are different things you would smell. So the first thing is when you get wine, you kind of twirl it. Why do you do that? Because you want the wine to breathe. In the case of a sparkling, it's not so important because this is not really a vintage. But with that, that's what you will normally do. And you bring it up to your nose and try and smell. Now, if you actually look at the flavor of what they gave you, you would smell some of that fruit in there. For anybody who's got lemongrass, I don't know if anybody's got
That's one on the taste.
Where's the mango?
you would find, and I think that's a peach.
Okay.
I think that's a peach. It's peach. I think it's peach. Now, by the way, when you're doing your cheers, you're toasting.
Okay.
It is normally known, you look into the eye of the person. You don't they're not really involved, they're like, oh, cheers. You look at them and show that.
So this one should look into the
Be
eyes.
careful. If you keep overlooking and you fall in love,
Look into his eyeball.
then don't go look into somebody else's girlfriend or boyfriend.
It's my first time.
This is part of the traditions of drinks and tasting. Cheers. And then you clink your glass has to have that clink, kind of like. Don't break my glasses. Cheers. Cheers to me trying to get my eyes.
Look at me,
We
look
need
at me,
to
look
make
at
it
me.
fun.
Wait,
Drinking it's fun. How are you?
But lately, whenever we send